Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Welcome back to Into Tomorrow and ITTV. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Dave Graveline. What will you be doing next January 2012? Hopefully you'll be warm and toasty and cruising with us into tomorrow to the Bahamas. You won't believe how affordable it is, but space is limited and we don't want you to miss the boat. So hurry and hit the picture of the ship on our main page for all the details at intotomorrow.com. Cool tech on a hot cruise, sipping frozen beverages. This week on our Into Tomorrow National Radio Show, we talked about a very cool Android app that makes it easy to stay in touch with your contacts. It's a one-stop app to know what your friend or family member is up to and where they are. Here's our mobile correspondent and social networking addict, Rob Almanza.
Hey Dave, we're taking a look at Contapps this week. It's an app that works with your existing contacts on your phone, but makes it more manageable and fun. The user interface was recently updated and it looks pretty good. On the bottom you have different tabs and shortcuts. First you have the Contapps icon, which happens to be a penguin. When you tap it, it'll perform different animations. It's kind of cute. Then you have Dialer, where you start dialing your contact's number, and when you get to the person you want to call, tap on their picture for more info. With the filter control, you get to view all of your contacts or just your favorites. It's very easy to switch back and forth between the two. There's also a sorting control next to filter where you sort contacts in alphabetical order, frequently called, or most recently dialed. Finally, there's a neat search feature where you write a letter on the screen to search for a contact. For instance, if I want to call Dave, I would write a letter D on the screen. The more letters you scribble, the faster you'll get to your contact if you have a lot in your database. Now for the fun part. Let's say I want to see what Dave's been tweeting or Facebooking about. After I get to his profile in my contacts, you tap on the FGT tab here on the bottom, and you'll see your contact's last social post on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Talk. The next tab is a big G for Google. It Googles your friend's name, so you'll see the latest search results there. That's pretty cool. Now the next tab is a map with their location or address stored in your contact's profile. So this is where Dave works at our studio. When you press and hold, you get the option to navigate to that address. That's a neat feature. Now you swipe a little bit more to the left and you get to the social networking tabs, my favorite part. You have Facebook, takes you directly to Dave's profile, for instance. Twitter takes you to Dave's profile on Twitter. I noticed it had some issues finding Dave's profile. Sometimes it would say that you're not searching this person or you're not following this person. So you might have to do the search manually for your friend's Twitter page if it doesn't do it on its own. And the last one is Foursquare. Dave doesn't Foursquare much, so we don't get to see where he was last spotted. But I can spy on Chris Graveline, who's not with us this week. His last check-in was Our Lady of the Lakes Catholic Church. Say a prayer for me, buddy. So Facebook, Twitter, and Foursquare features are still in beta, so you might experience some flukes like I did. Overall, we're impressed with Contapps and recommend it to everyone that has an Android device. It saves you a lot of social time whenever it's not too buggy. Let us know if you try it out on your device. Meantime, back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Rob. This is a very neat app. I had to install it on my HTC Thunderbolt. The best part is it's free. You can find it on the Android market, and while you're there, be sure to snag our free Into Tomorrow app as well. What do you think about Contapps? Do you use something similar on another mobile platform like maybe iOS? Comment below to share with our viewers and hit like if you enjoyed this app. Of course, being a radio show, we also want to hear from you, so please call in anytime 24/7 to 1-800-899-INTO. That's 1-800-899-4686. Or even better, now you can participate via our free Into Tomorrow apps on your iPhone or iPad or any Android phone. This ITTV update is brought to you in part by NewEggBusiness.com. Win big in Newegg Business's Making Business Simple sweepstakes, powered by HP. No purchase necessary. Visit NewEggBusiness.com/sweepstakes for contest details. Once you know, you Newegg. This week we're getting a double dose of Rob. Now he moved over to the Twith set. We're making his dream come true because he's also filling in for Chris Graveline. Here's This Week in Tech History.
Thanks, Dave and Chris, for the opportunity. In 1937, the first animated cartoon electric sign was displayed on a building on Broadway in New York City. The sign was a creation of Douglas Lee. It consisted of several thousand light bulbs and presented a 4-minute show that featured a cavorting horse and ball-tossing cats. In 1960, the submarine Tolleby was launched from Groton, Connecticut. It was the first sub to be equipped with closed-circuit television. And in 2007, those who said Elvis Presley was dead must have missed American Idol. On April 27th, they showed the king of rock and roll performing a hip-shaking duet with Celine Dion. The images of him seemed so real, many people were left wondering how Idol was able to bring him back from the dead. Fans can thank technology. With a technique called rotoscoping, they cut Elvis out from a 1968 performance. That was pretty cool. And if you haven't seen it yet, we'll have a link for you on the bottom. Look for video description. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History. Back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Rob. That was a pretty neat performance on American Idol. Isn't technology amazing? This portion of ITTV is brought to you in part by Diskeeper Performance Software with IntelliWrite, the only product available today that actually prevents up to 85% of fragmentation before it happens. Get it at diskeeper.com. That wraps it up for this edition of our ITTV Weekly Report. We'd love for you to join us on the radio. Yes, we also do an international radio broadcast, and you can be the star. Be sure to visit intotomorrow.com to participate, and please follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. I'm Dave Graveline.